I'm seeing some light. So now I'm hooked again.
Have no rating in mind.
Oh my god. I really need a family treat. It's back. We are back. We are so back. It was awesome.
I want to read both of you right now.
That's it?
How am I in a slump when these two books exist? That just called my ass out.
Boyfriend's like... boyfriend? Wait.
Hello and welcome to the Book Slump Diaries. I would say I don't know what caused this, but I do. Still in a book hangover, still unwell, still rereading because I had to. But I think it's gonna be like a slow reread because I just sometimes every night may need to be with these characters. But yeah, I'm just really trying to get out of this slump because this is the worst month ever to be in one because there's so many new books coming out, and if I'm in a slump for the Emily Henry book, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. But I'm reading still the Paris Notebook. This is the only one that I've been able to like get more than one page through and am invested in. So gonna keep pushing with this hopefully because it's just like a good book, I feel. But it is kind of slow. Like I feel like I've been reading it forever because like I have. Also 50 pages through this. This is in something else though. Also 16 pages through this. How am I in a slump when these two books exist? Gonna keep pushing. And hopefully something will change, even though I haven't been in the mood to read for over a week now, which doesn't happen, but it's happening. I went to Barnes like 3 times, hasn't sparked any motivation. I've watched countless book YouTube videos, nothing.
Okay guys, I just started another book to hopefully get me out of this slump, and I feel like honestly might have chose the perfect one because, well, I only read this like 2 different times and I didn't have much time to read it, but what I have read, it's really actually I need a bookmark, and what I have read so far, it's like really fast paced. And let me find a page. Also the pages are set up like this, like there's gaps in between the paragraphs, so really there's not that many words per page as like other books. Like see, like this doesn't start till that way down. Anyways, the book is Wild Dark Shore, which I watched Haley read this, which I would have never discovered this book if it hadn't been for her, so shout out Bestie. She basically kind of said, well, she got the rec from someone at Book of the Month, so this must have been a Book of the Month. So I picked this up at Barnes, but it's about Dominic, and he has 3 kids, and they are basically on this island, but they are the only ones on it, and they take care of the island. They're like the protectors and they have to take care of it, and they live there, and they're the only ones there at the moment. So one day this girl, lady, woman washes up. Wait, I feel like I've already said this in the video. Anyway, she washed up on shore, and where I'm at now, every single perspective we're in, and we're getting 5 different ones because the 3 kids, Dominic, and then the woman, all of them have secrets, and we are still piecing together what is actually going on. Like we know parts of it, like certain things will be dropped but they aren't explained upon, and I just have to know. Like I am so intrigued by this, and I feel kind of more motivated to read. I definitely still feel slumpy. Like if I have downtime, I'm probably gonna be playing on my phone rather than reading this book, so that sucks. But I definitely feel like this could help me get out of my slump because it's so fast paced. But the real test is the next book, because since this is so fast paced, it's kind of like I have to keep reading more than I want to, you know what I mean? So we'll see with the next book how I feel after I finish this, but this is, I feel like, a really good starting point. Same spot. Hey, it's hours later though. So I just got on Libby to look through if there was something I could listen to because I just have a lot of audiobook tasks this week, and I really need to get back in the swing of reading, and I really haven't been listening to books in like the last month or 2, which normally I always have an audiobook going. So I was like, I'll probably just buy a top up on Spotify because my Libby doesn't really ever have anything I'm in the mood for. But so Our Violent Ends, I don't think I'm in the mood for that now, but I did borrow Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and she's an author I know and trust, so I think I'm gonna read this one. I think this is one of 3 of her books I haven't read yet. All the other ones I've read. Thought this would be fun. I don't know what it's about. I kind of want to, yeah, I might just go in blind and see. I started watching Destiny's New Week in the Life, and it just like gave me that spark, like wanting to film, wanting to read. So hoping that like pushing myself to listen to a book helps.
I'm just here filling my Easter eggs, and something so unexpected happens in this book. I'm like, which I feel like, now that I'm thinking back to it, I feel like I definitely heard the premise of this book before, and now we're getting, there's kind of a choice she made, and we got what happened down one choice, one decision, and now it looks like we're getting what happened if she made the other decision. I like this.
Okay, I feel like I haven't been listening for that long. I mean, I did fill 100+ Easter eggs, but like still that didn't take too long. I'm 37% through. I am really liking this, like a lot. What I'm really liking is we're still getting the 2 timelines, and something about them is, even though they're completely different, there's still like parallels of like what's being said between like the side characters, and I'm finding that really interesting because like they're still the same people but like just dealing with different situations. I'm really liking it actually, guys. I feel like I know which one is like the real one, or like maybe it won't even end like that though. You know what I mean? Because Taylor Jenkins Reid, she's just such a unique author, I feel. So maybe she won't even end it like that. I don't know, because we all know how her books end. I'm really liking it. I'm liking the audiobook. The only thing is, I don't know if there's like a guy voice actor or if it's just Julia Whalen doing like the guy's accent or whatever, but not loving that. There's one of the timelines I'm definitely more interested in, but I'm still interested in the other one. I'm not like as attached to it, you know? I think I have the physical copy downstairs. Hey, this is a physical TBR book, period.
I'm like 56% through Maybe in Another Life. I'm like really liking it. I'm loving the storyline and how they're different, because each one there's something going on that's like not in the other one, and you're just like, how, you know, you're just like, what is actually going on? So I'm really excited to see where each storyline goes. They both have something that's super like keeping me going and like super big going on. I definitely still am feeling slumpy because I tried to read some more of Wild Dark Shore last night. I just couldn't lock in, even though that book is like so fast paced. So definitely still feeling slumpy, but I just think, I talked about this last week, I think, but I was just like, I'm either in a music mood or an audiobook mood, and I think lately I've been a little sick of music. All I've been listening to, not audiobooks, so I think that's why I'm fine with listening to it, but definitely still slumpy. And to think I was supposed to finish Reckless this week. You guys have already seen it, but I'm doing my reading journal, so I'm just gonna go through and look at like the pictures I need to print, like this, my bracket. I don't even know what books I'm choosing for that, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, y'all, I am 93% through Maybe in Another Life. Really enjoying it. Definitely still feel slumpy though, because I haven't like physically read, and I've just had a lot of audiobook things to do, like I've been doing my reading journal. But I'm really enjoying this book and really excited to see how it ends, because I have literally no clue. Hopefully gonna finish this now or this morning. I am about to finish a book, which it's so hard to say if I'm out of the slump, because I feel like lately I've just not been choosing to read when I have free time, which is definitely a telltale sign. But where I'm at now in this book, I was like, I've been reading it for a while, and I'm 84% now. I read probably 20% today-ish, so I'm at the point where I really have to know what's going on, because the main goal from page 1, I need to know why. I have 60-ish pages left. I'm really liking it. I definitely don't know how I'm gonna feel after I finish it, especially recently. Normally when I buy new books, which if you guys saw last week, clearly I did, but this week I was in Barnes today and I was buying books, 2 books, not like an exciting amount. Normally when I do that, I'm like itching to read everything at once and just like so intrigued with reading, wanting to finish all these books. Like now I'm just like, I don't care. So I'm gonna try and finish this now. It's me and sleep fighting. Wait, why is this called the Paris Notebook? Wait, they put Paris in literally every book title that's set at this time. Like most of the book was in Germany. Like not even, maybe like 50-50 was in Paris and 50-50 was in Germany. What's in the Notebook doesn't really have anything to do with Paris. Whatever, the title got me, so I can't blame them. But like seriously though, every historical fiction, The Paris Daughter, The Paris Notebook, The Paris Wives, is that a book? Probably. The Paris Library, just everything. But like it gets me, because like I love Paris. See, I'm stalling to read. Not a good sign. What? This better not be true. Kitty's tearing up. I was hoping there'd be like, that was so good.
I was hoping there'd be like a author's note because it says based on a true story, but that's okay.
You guys, I am at the point where this slump is pissing me the hell off. First of all, Emily Henry's book comes out tomorrow. I have no desire to read that or anything. I read to page 86 of this. I can't do it. I thought it would be really fast paced, but it's just very descriptive and mundane, so I just can't get into it right now. Unfortunately, having to put this down, even though I feel like it was going to be a 5-star. I just saw that Conditions of Will is on Kindle Unlimited, and I feel like I need a Kindle book. Downloaded that. I got like 10 pages in and then started slumping, so might try that. I also downloaded Ward D by Frida because Frida's just always good for slumps. So I'm gonna hopefully get into one of those two. I just need escapism, so this is really bad timing. The tunnel has a slight amount of light at the end of it. When I first bought this book, I read the premise, and so Georgia goes back to her family in South Carolina. Carolina's not a state. She goes back to her family in South Carolina, and she has a brother who is Oliver, and so he is in AA, and his sponsor's name is Sam. And in this, it says that Georgia's brother also harbors feelings for Sam, his sponsor. But the romance in this is between Georgia and her brother's sponsor. So I thought Sam, the love interest, and George's brother like were a thing, but they said that he wasn't his boyfriend. So that was what was putting me off on the book, because I'm like, she's going after her boyfriend's like boyfriend? Wait, she's going after her brother's boyfriend? Like what? Like I was confused about that. So now my hopes are up. I'm actually enjoying it. Their first interaction was kind of weird though. She was very straightforward and just got to the point, which was interesting, but also she was under some different impressions, which I'm not going to go into too much detail because I feel like, especially with this book, the family dynamic is insane. Like there is a ton going on in the family, and we don't know like the extent of what happens. We've gotten a little hints, but like every family member, there's 3 other siblings, has just stuff that went down, and I don't want to spoil it because it just seems like it's obviously a huge deal because she hasn't been home in like 7 years. So I'm really excited to continue actually, and I have really high hopes. I'm so glad it's on Kindle Unlimited because I feel like with a slump too, Kindle reading is just preferred for me, so I need to be doing that right now. I'm seeing some light. Holy shit, I'm on page 45. I was not expecting that. We just got kind of this story of why Georgia is in London now. Crazy, and very like just insane that for something like that they immediately sent her away. No talking about it, just like a couple hours later her bags are there. I'm like, but it just kind of shows you the family dynamics. So crazy. I just know Oliver's though is gonna like might make me cry. But yeah, actually insane how they handled that. I'm still checking my phone though frequently and like opting to be on it instead of reading, which like I'm mid page 2 and I'm doing it. Like just stop. I need to like throw it across the room. Set it across the room. Wait, Sam Penny might be funny. I really want his POV, but I think I heard it's not in here. But like I need more about him. Okay, I feel you're actually sitting on the physical copy. So the thing with Jessa's books is they're so mundane. Like they're literally driving to get coffee right now, or like talking in the kitchen or whatever, and there's like not like a huge plot going on. It's like stuff that happens in real life. Like they're all together as a family. Her books are just so mundane, but like they're still so like addicting. Like you have to keep going. But like I think because obviously there's still family stuff we have to figure out, but also I just want to learn more about Sam Penny, especially because he's just so interesting. Like he just has so much lore about him. I am that far in. I'm just so glad it's on Kindle. But like this is a nice book, and I'm feeling kind of like I might almost be back, but not for sure. Okay, I have a theory about something else that happened with the reasoning behind her going to London, and we're about to get a scene that like might give more insight into that, so let's do it. I'm really excited to see too how someone else reacts in the situation, because hopefully it's what I'm cooking up in my brain. Wait. I need to write this down actually. Conditions of will predictions. So Georgia is studying and like is getting a double master's in like psychology, which I liked psychology class, but and I don't like to call people or say like things like this about them, but I really did not like my professor and the way she taught, so that really impacted my class because I just had one class on it. But so she's really good at reading people, and this whole book has been really interesting, but just like the way she thinks is interesting. So she goes, I hated her at first, sometimes I still do, we have lunch once a fortnight. Like, wait, what? That is hilarious. Like, just how it goes from like 0 to 100. I'm really sorry about the Squishmallow. I'm on page 78, guys. I think I'm like kind of obsessed. I'm gonna take a break from reading for a bit, and that's gonna be interesting coming back, seeing if I'm like motivated to reading and then like pushing things off to read, especially since I'm really enjoying it. But I'm just so intrigued with the family dynamic and just everything that has happened in their past. I just want to learn more. I'll be back, and hopefully we'll feel less slumpy, but I think the true test is going to be going into the next book, which will hopefully be Emily Henry's. Like, is that even an accurate test? Because, like, you know what I mean?
Here we go. Oh, God. One of my predictions was right, but this is way more. Oh my God.
I'm 30% through. I'm probably only going to read like one more chapter tonight, but I feel like we haven't gotten much of Sam yet. We've definitely got some of his like allure, trauma. I don't know, and like he's more quiet person, so like I feel like we don't really know him. You know what I mean? We have like Georgia's interpretations of him, which is nice, but like I want more of him. You know what I mean? I don't know. So much family drama. I am actually eating it up. I am really enjoying this book, and tomorrow Great Big Beautiful Life comes out, but I'm definitely gonna finish this first because I'm really enjoying it, so I don't want to just put it off and then it ruin my experience. And also I feel like this is good for the slump because it's like fast paced and like there's drama. But I am so excited for Great Big Beautiful Life. The premise of that just sounds so good. Okay guys, what do we think about these glasses? I don't know. I've had them for like years, but I've never worn them. I got them and I didn't know if I liked them, so I haven't worn them. Because I just found these because I was digging through one of my like junk drawers and I found them, and I'm like, anyway though, I do have an update. So I think I was like 30% through. The book just, it got a little boring, and I was kind of like slumping with it a bit. I'm like, I'm kind of bored, you know what I mean? But we just got a scene, and oh my actual God, it was insane. So now I'm hooked again. Kind of crazy, but I'm 43%. I don't know what the heck is gonna happen in the last half. I feel like obviously with a Jessa book it's very mundane, there's not like a huge plot going on, but like this one there's like more. I feel like I kind of want to finish it today because I'm really eyeing down Great Big Beautiful Life. But just Jessa's writing is just what makes the book. There's just so many metaphors. She said her heart dropped and it felt like a roller coaster, you know what I mean? Like just stuff like that. It's just insane. Like on every page I could just find a random page, any page, and there's just some like crazy metaphor on it. I wonder if it's an eggshell thing that no one wanted to wake me up this morning because they all think I'm fragile now. Okay, actually I need to read this. Maybe I like the glasses because you know those like thick ones that literally everybody has. Like I like those, but I don't think I'd like them on me. I also been listening to Rebecca Yarros' Things We Leave Unfinished, really liking it because that's the book club book and it's technically this week, but we always end up having to move it back, which I'm fine with. But I think I might do these nails because these are my favorite ones. I literally ordered 3 packs of these because I had these on my study abroad last year. They lasted the entire trip, and then 2 weeks after. 3 weeks, and I only busted 1 on my trip because I freaking whacked my like pinky finger on my suitcase. So I might do these because I just need to feel like myself. Okay, so this entire book, oh sorry, sometimes I just get right into it. 46% through, and Georgia was in a relationship and then it like ended somewhat recently, and we are now getting like a past flashback of them. Why am I kind of liking him already? Like obviously I know they're not in a relationship anymore, so something obviously happens, but good first impression. I just stopped reading for a couple hours, and tell me why I stopped at this part. Crazy part to stop at. I'm so excited to continue because I've heard people say that there's like a slight mention of characters in the Magnolia Parks world, and I kind of feel like we're about to get that, but also I could be so wrong. Which, like, I'm gonna shit my pants when that happens, because it's about, is it? I don't remember. It might be about my favorite character or one of their family members. But like, why? Guys, I was right. It is the part. Is he in? She's talking about how she got over something by like facing pain in the face and just feeling all the emotions and not avoiding anything. That just called my ass out. I will think of something and I'll literally just erase it from my brain. I'm like, huh, that's weird. All right, goodbye. Literally anything traumatic that has happened to me in the last 6 years, that's what I do. So that's why maybe I'm so unwell, but I'm just gonna keep doing it. Guys, I can't stop thinking about what happened with her in the past, like, and someone else, and it's giving the exact same feelings I had reading Magnolia Parks and with something with Magnolia's past. Oh my god, like, even one of the quotes, I was like, I'm getting the same feelings. In conclusion, I need to reread Daisy Hates.
This is genuinely insane.
Guys, we need to talk immediately. I just went to Barnes to mostly edit, but also, you know, just be around books, get the vibes back of just loving books and get my spark back. It's back. We are back. We are so back. Instead of editing, I literally just read this book basically, and now I am almost done with it. You guys, it is so good, and just where we're at now, I'm so obsessed. Like, there is just so much going on. They're kind of discovering some things and learning some things, and just, it is actually crazy. I'm loving it. I'm so obsessed. Like, I'm fighting the urge to just sit and binge it, but I can't, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe I'll finish it tonight, but like, low-key really doubtful, but I definitely will tomorrow morning because I'm so excited about it. And I just feel like we're finally out of the woods, out of the slump, and I just have so much motivation to create content, read, all of that, because I feel like also I just wasn't really that inspired content-wise. Like, just this past week, I wasn't really loving what I was doing because obviously I was in a slump. We're back. I think we're officially back. Prepare to be sick of me, hopefully. And these characters are starting to piss me off a bit with what's going on and how they're handling situations. I'm just like, guys, the stuff you're saying is kind of ridiculous. This just got resolved so fast. Like, there was serious beef and now we're good. That's it? Bruh. Huh. Okay, I'm trying to get some car reading done, so I have a bit, and I'm not super locked into this book yet. I mean, I'm literally on like page 5, but normally with Emily Henry books, they just suck you in right away, but this, I'm not sucked in at all. But obviously that's probably the slump talking. I'm kind of nervous about this. I feel like I've heard some mixed things, but like, it's an Emily Henry book, so like, you know what I mean? I'm definitely kind of nervous though, because I feel like I did not like People and Me vacation or book lovers really, so there is a chance. But everything after that I've liked. So Conditions of Will, it was good, and like while I was reading it, I'm like, this is so 5-star. But the ending kind of pissed me off a bit because some of the characters I feel like just started to get annoying a bit, and everything just wrapped up quickly and became perfect so quickly at the end. And I also wanted more of Sam, which like obviously the main part of it's probably mostly the family stuff, so like the romance was a sub, which I love, but still I feel like we just did not really know much about him. And also how he was Oliver's, what's the word, sponsor. We got like nothing into that. We were kind of just told that that's what he was and that Oliver was like in recovery, but we didn't like actually hear much about that or like see Sam really act as a sponsor. And especially towards the end, this kind of pissed me off because he was supposed to be his like sponsor and everything, but yet stuff was happening and it just kind of pissed me off a bit. But still really enjoyed it. I just love like family drama books, so really enjoyed this one, and hopefully I can get into this. Like I'm kind of in the mood to read. I feel like the Conditions of Will was a good one though because it was so fast paced. I'm gonna try and read once I'm home again. Why is this angle low-key working? Anyway, me and Pookie, we are in line for coffee. I don't drink coffee, but a fun caffeinated drink because caffeine headache is real. Anyway, so I have been reading Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm like only a couple chapters in, and I've been listening to it because I really need to binge this whole book today because this video is going up tomorrow, so I need to. And also, I feel like too, a big test with the slump is binging a book because normally that's what I do. And also a pub cup, please. Anyway, but so I feel like I have low-key been seeing some bad reviews about it, but so far I'm enjoying it. But also the romance hasn't really kicked in. I feel like most of the bad reviews are about the guy I've seen, but obviously I'm still gonna read it because she's like one of my favorite authors. And also I am just so intrigued about the whole like them writing her story, because especially with Taylor Jenkins Reid, I just love learning more about like fake celebrity stuff, and this lady definitely has an interesting life, so I'm just really excited to keep going. But the premise of this, if you haven't heard, so basically they're both writers, not necessarily authors, but writers, and they're kind of competing for, I'll take your paw here, paw. They're kind of competing for the chance to write this like super famous woman's story, and she just kind of dropped off the face of the earth 20 years ago, so no one knows what happened. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So
okay guys, I am this far in, maybe like 25%. It's going good. Honestly though, it doesn't really feel like an Emily Henry book. Like it's just so different. I'm definitely not like getting 5-star vibes or just like obsessed. I don't really care about the guy main character. Like he's just like fine. I don't really have an opinion about him. Like he's fine, you know. I do like the girl, and I'm liking learning more about her story, and we're actually getting the story chapters, which is really cool, on page 110, and we are gonna keep going. I've been listening to most of it, gonna keep doing that, but I feel like maybe I should read it physically more so I like absorb it better. Okay, I only read one more chapter, but it was like a past chapter about Margaret, her past, but it's not specifically her past we're getting now, it's like her family's past, like great grandparents past, which it's really interesting because she comes from like a very famous family, so learning about the things they've done to get there and just what all happened with them is insane. So really enjoyed that chapter, and I'm really motivated to keep going and really want to see where this story goes because I'm just so intrigued. I feel like the slump might be gone, but we'll see because I'm just so motivated to read. But also today, like, I have free time, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be different when the week starts and I have more to do, but really liking it. Okay guys, I am like 50% through now, and I feel like one thing I have to say is when we are getting Margaret's story, like I said before, we're talking about her great grandparents and parents and grandparents and whatever, and just the family tree is honestly kind of confusing, and I don't really know the correlation between it. Like I just feel like there's been a lot of names mentioned and it's not really explained too much, like who's who, so I really need a family tree. Other than that, it's interesting. I'm just not like addicted to it, but the goal is to finish it tonight. It's 8 o'clock. besties. So I made it to page 302 last night. So I'm almost done, so I'm gonna finish it this morning. But it's going good. I feel like, I don't really know how I feel about the romance. Like, I'm not super obsessed with them, and it definitely is kind of very fast paced. And also I feel like it's more spicy than her other books. I haven't read one in a year since Funny Story came out, but so I could be not remembering correctly, but I don't really remember them being this spicy. So not like it's so spicy, but there's been like 2 scenes so far, I think. Just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, I actually did dream about this book last night. Not like specifically the characters, but like that like there was a Margaret in my life or something like that. So that's a great sign. So I'm hopefully gonna finish it now because I really want to see how her story ends, and then obviously like who gets it or whatever happens. So we're learning more about Margaret's sister. I need to keep reading. Oh my god. Why is there another spice scene? Emily Henry, what? This just feels so different from her other books. Ooh, guys, this is crazy. I feel like I kind of had this theory. Done. I think I need to sit with my thoughts for a bit and kind of read some other reviews. I did like how it ended a lot. Maybe it was a little rushed. I don't know. I'm gonna scroll through Goodreads.
Okay guys, I thought we could do a quick little wrap up of everything I read in this and just kind of how I was feeling slump wise through them, because I did finish some books, but one of them I was like 80% through, and then one I listened to, so like whatever. So the first one I technically finished was Maybe in Another Life, which like I said, this I got on audio. This book I feel like was the perfect audiobook to choose for this time because I didn't really remember the premise of it, and the storyline was just super fast paced and intriguing. Like I was hooked through the beginning to the end, and there was like, I guess, plot twist for me, but they're probably in the back of the book, but I didn't read it fully. So loved this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was very kind of hard hitting at some points with some of like the realizations certain characters made, and I was like, maybe I should do that. So yeah, but I really enjoyed the story, and I really liked seeing the 2 timelines and how different choices can change your life. And also I really enjoyed seeing like the similarities between the side characters in each one. It was just really funny. Like sometimes they'd say the same exact things, but like in a different life basically. Really liked this one. Thought it was the perfect one for a slump because it's an author I know and love, and also just a fast-paced story. And then I finished The Paris Notebook. I've been reading this book honestly forever, but I was like 80% through almost when I decided to finish it, and we got to a point where I had to finish it. Like it got really good. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 star. I just didn't like super connect with the characters as much, and also I felt like maybe if it was longer or something I could have given it a 5, but yeah, it just didn't really invoke the strong emotions that The Nightingale gave me, which is the only other really historical fiction book I've read that's like similar to this ish. Really liked this one though, and I honestly think I might become a historical fiction girly because all the 2 I've read have been so good. So if you have any recs, let me know. I do have some others stockpiled. We'll definitely be getting more into this. I feel like too, the romances just hit different. They just hit different. So it was such a good story and just very entertaining and high stakes throughout. Again, this was just a good one also to finish during the slump since I was already so far into it and I was invested already. And then obviously today I finished The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I honestly thought I was gonna rate this 4.5, but I think I might land on a 4. I'm not super sure though, but I just feel like I could see a lot of flaws in this, and while I was reading they kind of bugged me, specifically the last like 100 pages. Other than that, I love this book. I love just a messy, dramatic family situation, so this was right up my alley. And of course it's Queen Jessa. Her writing is incredible, and I just really enjoyed how even though it's completely separate from Magnolia Parks, we still got like similar, they're pretty similar, obviously it's the same author, but there was just some similar, like the drama, the relationship stuff, all of that was just kind of similar to, and it reminded me of Magnolia Parks because obviously it's Jessa. Really enjoyed this. I am honestly kind of sad it's a standalone. I'm honestly kind of sad it's a standalone. I could read more about these characters and I would love to. And just this edition, it's perfect. I was sitting at Barnes and reading and like it just laid flat like this. It was awesome. definitely go pick this up if you haven't yet. I've seen only good things about this book. Like, I think I've only seen 4.5 stars and up, which is incredible, but I think I might settle on a 4. I'm not sure yet though. I just haven't really thought about it much. So, and the ending did kind of piss me off a bit. And now, Great Big Beautiful Life.
Hi guys. Okay, I just wanted to quickly pop in and say some final thoughts about this book. I have no rating in mind at all, but maybe like a 3. Things I liked. I liked the setting. I liked the main girl. I liked learning more about Margaret and her family. And I just liked the writing and just how the story was told because it's Emily Henry. She's one of my favorite authors. Some of the things I didn't necessarily love is the romance felt very, very, very fast paced, which for me, honestly, normally that's not something I really pick up on, but it definitely felt like they were competitors and then all of a sudden they were like, you know, like that kind of irked me. And also I just did not really feel anything towards the guy main character at all. Like, I just did not care about him really at all, which is weird considering I love Gus, you know what I mean? So just did not really care about him at all. I have like nothing to say about him, like literally. But yeah, and I did also get confused when Margaret was telling her story. It really needed a family tree, I think, because since her story started back so far, like before she was even alive or her parents were, it got confusing on who is who. And since this family is so iconic, there's just so much that goes into it from multiple generations, so keeping track of that was definitely confusing. Yeah, I don't know, some parts of it, the pacing felt weird, that it's getting a little drug out, like the interviews and like the whole writing process, but then the ending felt kind of rushed and also kind of unfinished in a way, because there's still some questions I have and just different things I'm wondering about Margaret and also the main girl and the main guy. But also I feel like that's kind of the point of it though. Those are my thoughts on this. Still, if you love Emily Henry, obviously read it, or if the premise interests you, definitely read it, because it definitely interests me and I think I'm back in my folklore era. So I am probably out of this slump because I just have, first of all, my room is a mess right now. Like, I have probably 20 books on my floor and I'm just looking at Wild Dark Shore and Summer in the City and I'm like, I want to read both of you right now. Just having that spark back of looking at books and being like, I want to read right now, and like trying to get my stuff done tonight, like this video, like, hey, also sorry it's a day late, I want to get it done so I can read a bit tonight, you know, just stuff like that is making me think I'm back. And I also really got the urge to go to Barnes today for no reason, so that's also a great sign. A final update, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.